I was hoping to get a corner tang knife or something out of one of these pieces. I'll probably have to use the other slab over there to get a corner tang. It's very similar material. Well, it's the same type of material. Much bigger piece, so hopefully it'll be suitable for a corner tang. But this one might be just a bell point. Let's see how it goes. If it notches really well, I might try for an andice, but I haven't made very many of those. The ones I have made have been, relatively small. Smaller than this. Okay. I am going to use the artificial abrader to get that edge down. Thicken that edge. Use some pressure to dress it up and then grind it again, and then try to send some large flakes across the face. Now, I don't know how many real artifacts are in a preform stage like this, but I haven't seen many, or I haven't seen any that look like this in the preform stage. So it may not be accurate as far as the proper stage. Usually at this stage there's much larger flake removals on both sides. Right now I've got, random flake pattern with small little bitty pressure flakes on the outside. This helps remove some of those little flakes at the terminations. Anyway, I've got to thicken that edge to drive some percussion flakes. I don't think it was common to prepare the edge this way. I think it was more of an opportunistic flake removal thing, instead of trying to prepare the entire edge with a continuous platform and then drive large flakes. But I like using the continuous platform, it saves me time. Okay. The sequence of flake removals is kind of important, as you want to drive flakes from behind some of these steps first before you thin the other areas if they need to be thinned. Like I need to thin this area down here, but I'm going to be flaking into a step, so I have to remove the step first in order to be safe with this flake removal. So that moved the step there. Step was right on the edge there. So now if I remove mass from here, there's no step that could stop me. It leaves a nice feather termination. Clean that up pretty good. There's some material here that's inconsistent. And I got to remove this step here and this mass, and I just removed the flake right where I needed a platform, so I'm going to see if I can move some more flakes here and then create a platform for removing a flake on the other side. Okay. It's beginning to look more like the real preforms. But I don't know how those guys did it to remove flakes like this without a copper percussor or something very, very hard. I don't know how they did it. That's That's a dangerous situation there, where instead of the line of force curving like this, it kind of slipped up and went this way into the stone. It could start a crack that can propagate in areas that are not good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to prepare this edge here to remove flakes on this side to clean up this area. Then I guess I'll prepare this edge and then this edge here. This area needs to be cleaned up, and so does this area. And the continuous platform also allows me a second chance at driving flakes. If my first flake isn't successful, I can just move over a little bit and it's already prepared, and I can just drive another flake. It's getting thin now, so I'm worried about breaking the whole thing. I'm going to try some pad support so I can drive some thin long flakes. That one didn't go very far, but it cleaned up a lot of steps in there. Very far either, so I'm losing some energy there somewhere. There's a little dip again. Almost got it. Very nice. Without the pad support, I don't think that flake would have traveled that far. Okay. Almost got that. There we go. I can probably take a flake from here and clean that up. I'm doing a lot of cleanup on this blade. I don't want to lose too much width here, so I got to be careful about how I trim. I'm leaving it all jaggedy because it allows me opportunistic platforms that are way below center line. If I need to drive a long flake without too much effort. It's important at the later stages because if you put a lot of power into these flakes right now, it could snap the whole point. The whole blade. See, I just sheared that and put a beveled edge on some of this. Okay. I'm losing some light, so I'll probably continue this point tomorrow after I clean it up. Right now, finish cleaning it up. So this side's pretty clean. Still a little bumpy. I could remove some more flakes, but I'm going to switch over to clean this one up. I'll get that later. I'm just turning the edge this way. Just a few more opportunistic flakes because there's thick areas along the edge. Okay. I'll just do that right now. I'll take that off right now, since this is pretty thick right here. Okay. Just brushing this whole edge. So I know I need to remove mass on the bottom side here, all along this area. I don't know if that's strong enough to send the flake to clean all that up. Probably not. So I'm going to strengthen that platform. What I did was thicken the edge by moving, moving some mass and making it thicker. I lose some width that way, but I'd rather lose some width than having a big old island in the middle here. So if that flake doesn't go, it's going to stop right there and it's going to create an island, or what looks to be an island. I want it to pass right through and clear all that up. I got two opportunities here and here. Yeah, I hit that really hard. Worked out pretty good. But I won't be able to hit this preform that hard again. Probably. One more time here to remove this mass. Well, I might need that mass. I should probably concentrate on removing mass off of this side to get it straighter. Yeah. I'm just looking at the symmetry. Can still make an andice out of it, or a bell. I'm not that good at making andice points. Okay, I need to remove mass off of this. To thin down the base for those notches, I'd rather remove flakes from the side than from the base. But I think I have enough thickness in here, I don't have to worry about snapping the point if I drive flakes off from the base. Let's try one from the side. Well, do the base first. Still got to remove a good amount from this side here. Driving flakes from the base is the most direct strategy. But that's not good there, so I'm probably gonna, I'll just take a flake from here to try to clean that up. And from the other side too. Okay. Perfect. I say perfect because it's within range of this flake to remove that step. The flake traveled a good ways. So with two flakes here, I can remove this step here by driving a flake through here, and then remove that step by driving a flake through there. I'm losing daylight, so I'm going to stop here pretty soon. It didn't quite expand down into this area, but it took off a lot of that step fracture. Still need to remove mass from this side here, so I'll go ahead and do that now. And that'll be it for the preform. There's some unevenness here, so I'm going to clean that up. I'm just flattening the face where I see some bumpy areas. Where I see bumpy areas along the edge. The contour of the face along the margins is very important for driving, you know, flakes in the future, or for keeping the edge nice and thin just before you sharpen it. Just makes everything a whole lot easier in the final pass. Final pass of flakes. I'm just using up the little bit of daylight that's left. Still got a slight curve where there's still a little bit too much mass here, but I don't want to lose more length. I would have to lose some length on here to dry flakes to flatten this part out more. So yeah, that's it for the preform. I could probably drive a few more long flakes along this fatter side here, especially in the base area where I'm going to do the notching, and maybe a few more across the middle before I start notching, and then I'll do the tip last, thin down the tip. Okay. Very, very nice material. Beautiful stuff.